You're listening to musician, author, and educator Bobby Borg, breaking down music, business, and marketing basics so they stick.
Hey, you guys, my name is Bobby Borg, and welcome to USC's DIY Podcast Studio. And my topic for discussion today is music rehearsal tips. And for those of you guys that do not know me, I'm a former major label independent and DIY recording and touring artist, an author of a number of music, business, and marketing books, and an adjunct professor and consultant too. So you guys, right, you are a solo artist and you have a band and you need to rehearse for a show. You are a band, a partnership, and you need to rehearse for the tour, right? We all have to rehearse at some point, and all of us know that sometimes rehearsals can be either very efficient or they can be a complete nightmare. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer a number of tips to make sure that your rehearsals are extremely productive. Be sure to hang out and check out these tips. Let's get started. Recording rehearsals are very, very important. And the reason why is because then you can actually play back what you did in rehearsal and you can evaluate, what needs to be fixed. I used to literally, it was like a homework assignment. After every rehearsal, I would go home and thoroughly listen and go, we're dragging right here. We need to push here. And then I would work with the bass player to make sure that we were pushing this section because we have a tendency to actually fall behind the beat, and we know where those spots were. We know where we're rushing. We know where we have to hold back. You can listen to the arrangements and go, what, that arrangement isn't working. It's like analyzing your rehearsals, and maybe you're listening to a set flow and you go, what, this song doesn't work after that song, and you reevaluate by listening to the recordings. Very, very important to continual improvement and actually getting a lot of value out of your rehearsals. You don't want to just go in there and rehearse crap and then get better at crap, right? You want to fix the crap by studying and figuring out where you can make improvements, right? And then fixing it, and then improving yourself and practicing and getting better and better. So definitely record your rehearsals and then study and analyze them and fix them. Okay. Holding sectionals is really important because a lot of times, the whole band doesn't need to be in the room at the same time, you guys. when the singer and the guitar player are working out the harmonies, do they really need the full band behind them? No. So maybe the singer and the guitar player could go off on their own and they can do a sectional on one day and just work on the harmonies. And maybe the drummer and the bass player can get into the room and actually work on the, where it's pushing and pulling and that kind of thing, right? Because then when they both come together, they're only going to be that much tighter. Furthermore, maybe even the band need to get together? Like, for example, you can have the drummer rehearse by himself or the bass player rehearse the whole set by himself. In other words, I used to memorize complete songs without having anyone around me. I didn't need any vocal cues. I didn't need any guitar cues. I had everything so internal. I knew exactly what was going on. And that's really a great skill to have, especially if something happens on stage, like the monitors go out or someone's guitar breaks and you got to keep on going. You have to know where the song is, obviously. And also allows you to isolate problems and to fix problems as well. So, think about sectionals. Very, very important part of rehearsal. All right, moving on. Bring spare supplies. So you break a drumstick and you don't have any drumsticks. That's totally lame. Now the whole band has to sit around waiting while you go out and try to find drumsticks. So always have spare parts, spare guitar strings, spare bass strings, a spare cords for your mics, spare whatever you need for keyboards. Again, when you go to rehearsal, you want to be able to rehearse and not get sidetracked by these little things. Have duct tape with you, have Sharpies with you, have drum keys, drum skins, whatever. All the equipment, you guys know what will go wrong. Your charger, your battery charger, your this charger, your that charger. Important stuff. I have a little toolkit of supplies. You don't want your rehearsal to get bogged down by some stupid thing you forgot to bring with you, okay? Again, very important stuff. Another important tip is to determine your guest policy. And this is important for both business, legal reasons, and also practice and efficiency reasons as well. So for the practice and efficiency reasons, oftentimes it's just distracting when you have like a group of people just hanging out and like partying or something while they're watching your rehearsal, right? On the other hand, sometimes that's cool because you could do what I called rehearsal concerts. Like, in other words, you run this set for like a group of people that are hanging out and chilling. So that could be cool, right? But just kind of think about if that's what it really is, because certainly you do not want to have a group of people hanging out while you're writing songs. And this brings us kind of into the legal part about it. Nobody should be in the room when you're writing songs. I mean, first of all, you know, God forbid they start claiming that in some way they had a right to writing that melody or something of that nature. But also it's like, you don't want to let people behind the curtain. You know, I mean, later on you can definitely ask them for their opinion and critique. But at the moment, you know, when you're having some guy that's stoned half his mind, out of his mind telling, or drunk out of his mind telling you that it should be this or that or this melody, I mean, who is this person? You know, I mean, now that also matters too. If it's someone important, that's another story. But, you know, if you're just like having friends walking in and out of your rehearsals, I mean, it's a job, you know, you got to look at it that way. Again, sometimes it could be fun, but you have to kind of know what the balance is. And then on the note of stoned and drunk, you know, you have to ask, what is the party policy of a rehearsal? I mean, you know, you want to go in there and get the job done. You know, you don't go to a meeting in a corporation where everyone's stoned and drunk, right? So, and sometimes people work better stoned and drunk, who knows? But the point is kind of think about this, you know. I've been in situations where you go in there for a serious rehearsal and all of a sudden it becomes just like some giggle fest or something, you know. It's just like, you know, come on, you guys, we got to get our work done, you know. So having it down and being able to rehearse effectively is very, very important to the success of your career. So I hope you enjoyed these tips. And by the way, these tips are available in my book, Business Basics for Musicians. It's now in its second edition. It's the orange cover. So definitely make sure to check that out and tell a friend, please. All right, so cool, you guys. Thanks for hanging out for this clip. So essentially, you guys, we've been talking about music rehearsal tips, and I gave you guys a bunch of information that hopefully you'll use. Be sure to check out the clips to come. I'm just trying to break down music, business, and marketing basics so that it sticks. Peace. Thanks, you guys, for watching.